With him, it's really hard to have a bad day if I know I'm going to see my little CASA kiddo.
I'm one of the only stable people in their lives. So being that person means a lot to me because I would want someone there for me.
It's what I need, and I think I'm helping, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones, I know that for sure.
I chose CASA because I have always had a passion with working with children, and I had a nephew that went through the system, and I thought it was just a hard thing to put a child through, so I wanted to be the voice for the kids that don't have that.
I got into this wanting to help these kids because maybe out of empathy, that I had a great childhood, and that's a chapter in our lives that we only get one of. We can't redo that. When we become adults, you can start anew, you can make a fresh start, but you only get one shot at being a kid.
CASAs are amazing people. I work for CASA because I see real change happening with families in our community. I see kids' lives being changed for the better. I see that cycle of intergenerational poverty, abuse, and neglect being broken by what our CASAs do.
So I've seen in the court system how much a CASA has an effect on things, and it's surprising to me that the judges are often saying, I need my CASA report, let me look at this for just a second. And the whole court is silent for a good 3 or 4 minutes while the judge has a chance to read through the CASA report. And that was just very profound to me, that she was willing to completely stop the whole court system.
Each case is special. And you connect with the family, you connect with the parents, and fortunately, maybe, I have no idea whether it's correct or not, or representative, but 90%, 95% of my cases are turning out very well.
Well, I distinctly remember starting and thinking, okay, who can I ask questions to? And my first three cases, I guess, were community family court. I love that teamwork setting. But I think partly was because I wasn't working alone as a CASA. I was part of a team. And that's a really, really good way to start. Now, with the peer coordinator model, you're automatically a team.
The peer coordinator and the case supervisor, mine are both great, Jim and Steve. I love them both. They have helped me because I thought I was so prepared, and then when I went to send that first email or first phone call, it's like I had forgotten everything and I didn't know what to do. So just a quick phone call to Jim, and he's great. He always helps so much. So they definitely feel like a family, and you can call and ask them anytime.
So throughout the training, they talked a lot about how we're always going to have support and there's so much to take in, and that we're never alone, and that never really sunk in until it was time to take my first step. And then I had a peer coordinator and a supervisor and all the staff. Everybody was so helpful, and I never felt alone. Even when I went into my first court by myself, I still didn't feel like I was by myself. I felt like I had support from everybody.
I would say, okay, I've got this situation with these children or with this mom. I'm thinking we might need X. What do you think? And Karen would tell me if I was terribly wrong. She would tell me if that was something we could do and where to go for it and how to approach it. And the CASA organization itself is, I had Winona as my case supervisor when I started, and that was absolutely wonderful because I could explain issues to her too, and so the three of us sometimes would try to hash things out.
lot of people have told me that they want to be CASAs, but they don't have the time to go through the trainings or dedicate to the things, and I would tell them that they are wrong. There is alternatives, there's so much support working with you, and freedom to like make your schedule and do so many different things that you can help children with. And there's just so many cases that don't have CASAs right now, and just that little bit of help can mean the world to a child. So,
but I'm happy in the sense that I can relay that to people, that you can do it. You know, it's not as intensive hourly as some people might think. It really is just being there.
But this boy, this 12-year-old boy that we have, one of the siblings, he signed up for cross country, and I thought, I'm going to go to his cross country meet in Ashland at Lithia Park, and didn't tell him that I was going to be there, and there was nobody there. There wouldn't have been anybody there for him. But to see him just turn, he's doing a warm-up lap. I wouldn't have called out his name if he was actually running, but he was on a warm-up lap, and I call his name, and he turned. And I wasn't even sure if he'd remember me, because this was only after about 3 months of interacting with him. And he just lit up, I mean, to the point where he stumbled and almost fell, because he was so excited to see me. And I thought, wow, he's really, impacted by, the fact that I'm there. And then he did the run, and then he came up to me and gave me this big hug afterwards and told me that if I hadn't been there, he wouldn't have run as hard and as fast as he did. He did quite well. Sometimes you think, what kind of difference am I making in this kid's life? But then little things happen, and you think, okay, this is why I signed up.
And to know that you're helping a child that otherwise would not have that compassion that you're giving them, and the guidance that you're helping them through this system of horrendous hurdles, just so scary. Children shouldn't live like that.